Hi guys, how are you? So I have some things to tell you today. I know I'm driving. I won't be looking at the phone or anything like that. I know you guys get concerned when I do that, but I want to tell you something. This is no different from me talking to my kids in the car, me singing in the car, or me talking to God in the car. I talk to God in the car and I drive all the time. I'm not touching my phone. I'm not looking at my phone. I'm looking at the road. You get what I'm saying? So it's actually therapeutic when I'm talking and when I'm driving. Just like when I listen to music and I'm driving. So I just want to say that to you guys. It actually helps with my nerves as well. So I just want to say that God showed me some things, and I was talking to him last night, and there was a service in church today that reminded me of everything me and God were talking about. And that's what I love about the Holy Spirit, is like he will tell you something and then he will bring a source to you, whether it's a pastor, church, prophet, to also confirm what it is you were already discussing with him, And I want to talk to you guys about, suffering through Christ, because a lot of us, we suffer through Christ when it comes to warfare. And here's the thing, although the attempts, we can feel it, and the real stuff they do to us in the spiritual realm doesn't hit us, although it doesn't hit us, we still suffer sometimes. We still go through headaches. We still go through nausea. They're still doing rituals to block us. They're still sending people to attack us. They're still, the devil's still going to use people to try to block us, try to slow us down every time we elevate. And remember something. Had you not been following Christ, had you not been one of his chosen, one of his anointeds, the devil wouldn't be doing this to you. You get what I'm saying? Had you not had a purpose through God, the devil wouldn't be doing this to you, right? So it's not to say that, God wants us to suffer. He doesn't want us to suffer. But one thing my pastor was saying today, he brought up what Paul said, and he says, "Blessed are you, brothers and sisters, when you are persecuted for my name's sake." We are persecuted when we go through warfare, when we go through attacks, when we get attacked in our sleep, in our dreams, we consistently have to fast and pray. This is a part of suffering through Christ. Okay? Now, I know it's not the best news, but this is why God blesses you so much. This is why God always fights for us. This is why God blesses us. This is why God is elevating us. This is why God is showing us where he's going to take us, because we are suffering. And a lot of times when people see you and they see that they think you have everything together, they think that because you have a nice home or a nice car, you look like you're not struggling. They think you're not struggling. Most of the times no matter what you have, you don't know what this person or that person you are making assumptions about or you're judging. You don't know what they go through behind closed doors. Yeah, they may look normal physically, but you don't know what they're fighting in the spiritual realm. You don't know if the night before they had no sleep because they were fighting. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of us, when Paul says you're going to suffer through Christ, brothers and sisters, everyone suffering through Christ is going to be different. There's a lot of people that say, oh, you're going through warfare because you got doors open, or you're going through warfare because you're doing something wrong, not realizing that you can also be going through warfare just because you're following Christ. Just because you love Christ, you're going to go through warfare. Just because you have a real authentic relationship with Christ, you are going to go through warfare. The devil knows who's a fake Christian and who's not. The devil knows who really has that relationship with Christ and who really doesn't. And he targets those who really have that emotional connection with Christ. He targets us because he doesn't want us to fulfill our purpose. He doesn't want us to have a testimony. He doesn't want us to have a story. He doesn't want us to elevate. He doesn't want us to show the world how faithful, how loving Christ is. So he wants us to look bad. He wants Christ to look bad. So he continues to attack us. But in the midst, like I told you guys in one of my videos in the past, in the midst of attacks, there's going to be blessings. It's possible. You can go through a spiritual attack and God can bless you with something the next day. Sometimes when we get blessings, it's hard for us to enjoy our blessings sometimes, because sometimes we get attacked in the midst of a blessing. Let me give you an example. God may bless you with cash or money to go on a vacation, and he may do that for you to get a break. But if the devil knows you're on vacation, he may use that as an opportunity to try to attack you at your sleep. Although you're in a peaceful environment, peaceful state, the devil may use that as a way to attack you. And in other people's eyes, they may see you as relaxing. They may see you as, wow, he or she's on vacation, enjoying themselves, not realizing that even while you're on vacation, you're still fighting the same war they're fighting, or you're still fighting a war. You know? The reason why I'm saying this is because God has something in store for a lot of you guys, and you don't even know how beautiful it is. A lot of you guys, it's not what you expected. It's bigger than what you expected. And I talked to you guys about that before. A lot of the people that are attacking you guys, God told me they don't want you guys to have anything good. You know, and it's not, when someone is consistently attacking you and they just won't give up, it's usually someone that is close to you, like a family. You're going to meet new devils when you get to new levels, but eventually they're going to stop attacking you. You know what I'm saying? But when you have someone that's consistently doing it and they won't stop, usually it's someone that's close to you. And a lot of you guys, it's your family. And because you guys have been through that scapegoat, black sheep treatment, when you are a scapegoat, you are a black sheep, your family does not want to see you in a good light. They don't want you to have anything good. And here's why I'm saying that, because he showed me something last night in the spiritual realm. And in the spiritual realm, I witnessed God giving someone, remember when I have like prophetic dreams, I don't usually talk about prophetic dreams, but I know when they're prophetic, so I know when it's a good time to share, and we can all learn from it, right? So God was blessing someone with beautiful things in the spiritual realm. And every time he blessed this person with something, whether it was a house, a car, or whether it was like something, right? It would end up disappearing. And I was witnessing it disappearing. I'm like, why does her stuff keep disappearing? Is it magic? I'm like, and then I tested it out. I'm like, let me stand here and keep my eye on the thing. And there was magic. Every time God blessed this person with something would disappear. And when I saw that, I saw the woman, and the woman just looked normal. Like, she just looked like a normal person on the street, like just a normal person, like just regular casual clothing. But she was around a lot of people that were established, and a lot of people that were dressed up in like designer and high-end stuff. And the people that she was around, like, they were bragging about the stuff they have. And every time God tried to give her something in the dream, it was like it kept disappearing, right? But although everything kept disappearing, what the people that are attacking her didn't know is that she still had a lot of blessings. She was just very humble about it. She just never showed off her blessings, right? So the blessings that God tried to give her publicly in front of people, they were trying to block. But the blessings that God gave her behind the scenes, they didn't know about, they were unable to block. You get what I'm saying? And that's going to teach you guys something. Now, when God is blessing you publicly, you know, you have no choice but to show your blessing. And that's when God prepared the table in the presence of your enemies. It's kind of like in front of everybody's face when God blesses you publicly, right? But God is also going to bless you guys behind the scenes, and it's going to be blessings that only you know about, right? And I say this to say, because after I got up from that, you know, God said, when he blesses you guys, remember to stay humble about it. Okay? Yes, he's going to publicly bless you in front of a lot of people because you deserve it. You publicly went through heartache, he's going to publicly bless you, right? But when he blesses you with things private, keep those things private. So when he blesses you private, just remember to keep those things private. Okay? God said to me, he showed me some things. And for some of you guys, the people that have consistently been attacking you, some of them, they will stop. But some of them, he said they're not going to stop. And some of these people, although something is going to happen for them doing what they did to you, they're not going to learn their lesson from that. As in, like, no matter how sick they are, no matter how much a sickness takes over their body, they're going to still attack you. And here's how he explained it to me. It's like, you know, when God fights for you, people automatically assume that you're fighting them. It's like when someone does a spell on you or tries to block you, and then the Lord blocks their spell or blocks whatever they're trying to do to you, and it hits them back. They assume that it's you, or it makes them even more mad. So God is saying, like, for those people who are not going to stop trying, no matter how much sickness inflicts their body, no matter how much their attacks hit them back, it's like they're not going to learn. And the reason being is because every time it hits them back, it's like they have some type of retaliation or grudge towards you, because what they're trying to do to you, they're not achieving it. They're not accomplishing what they're trying to do, because God keeps hitting them back with what they're doing, and it's making them even more angry. So they continue to try to attack you even more. So it's kind of like a hamster wheel situation, right? But that's why, what I mean when I say you're still going to be suffering through Christ, because even though God is fighting for you, you're still going to have people trying to attack you, even when you get to new levels. So you won't feel the attacks, but you'll feel the attempts, and it's annoying, and you still have to fight through it. But that's also a part of suffering through Christ, right? But what he said is that even though you are suffering through Christ, and you have to fight every day, you have to fight through the sleepless nights, you got to fight through the attempts, you got to fight through people trying to slow you down, you know, you got to fight to keep your head up, you got to fight to regain your energy, your strength back. You know, you don't get a lot of sleep. You got to fight for everything that he is giving you, because everything that he is giving you publicly, they're trying to block. So you got to fight for everything he's trying to give you. What he wants you to know is that no matter what, they can't stop it. But as a child of God, you still have responsibility to pray. You still have responsibility to fast. You still have responsibility to keep carrying the cross, to keep fighting. You get what I'm saying? You still have a responsibility to do that. And when he does bless you, he just says, just remember, when he blesses you publicly, because he's going to bless a lot of you guys, a lot of me, a lot of us, and a lot of you guys. I said us and you guys, me and you guys. He's gonna bless us publicly. Remain humble. When he blesses you privately, remain humble. Regardless, remain humble. And remember that even in the midst of blessings, you're still going to be fighting, because why? You're serving him. You're serving him. You get what I'm saying? You're serving Christ. You know? So I just want to remind you guys about this, and to let you know that the blessings are on its way, and he doesn't want you guys to give up. He wants you guys to continue fighting. Continue fighting. And I just have to put this out there, because a lot of people are like, when is this going to stop? Am I ever going to stop? Am I ever going to not have to fight? As long as you're serving Christ, you're always going to have to fight. And it's crazy, because that's what I was asking God yesterday. He explained it to me last night, and then my pastor at church today talked about it. And I was like, God, you're so hilarious. I love you, you know? And he showed me, like, how every time he tries to bless us publicly, they try to block it publicly. You get what I'm saying? But they can't. Right? So yeah, just remember to stay humble, remember to be blessed, and remember why you're fighting. Remember who you're fighting for, what you're fighting for, and just continue to serve the Lord, and don't give up. Okay, don't give up, because in the midst of the pain and the suffering, we will receive blessings in the midst of it. Even though it's hard for us to, enjoy the blessings sometimes, because we still got to fight in the midst of it. And on the external, to other people, it looks like we're good. It looks like, oh wow, why is he or she being so blessed? Why are they getting this? And they don't see what we have to fight behind closed doors. Just remember to keep pushing no matter what. Okay? And these people that are attacking you guys, that are not giving up, pray. Thank you, Holy Spirit, for reminding me. Thank you. Pray for them. Pray that they will change. They will turn a new leaf. They will change their ways. Because it's a hamster wheel situation. What they don't understand is the more they keep attacking us, the more they're hurting themselves. And then they get mad at us, thinking that we're doing it, and mad at us because what they're doing isn't working, not realizing that they're making things harder for themselves. And if they really want to heal and they want to be better, all they have to do is just stop. But a lot of people don't want to accept that. So what God just reminded me to tell you guys is to forgive them. Forgive them. Forgive them. A lot of people are very selfish, and a lot of people are very wicked, and a lot of people, they don't want to see you have anything good because they just feel like it's not fair, or they feel like they deserve it. And God just wants you to forgive them despite what they do. Because even though they put you through suffering because you follow Christ, that's why they're attacking you. Because if you weren't following Christ and Christ never had a purpose for you, they wouldn't be attacking you. So they're trying to put you through suffering because you're following Christ, because of what God has for you. So even though they're putting you through suffering because of that, they're putting themselves through suffering too. The difference between your suffering and their suffering is God is covering you and God is blessing you in the midst of your suffering. And you have a reward back home. Whereas their suffering, they're making things harder for themselves in spirit. They're making their outcome harder. You get what I'm saying? So God says, regardless, physically and spiritually, you'll always win. So pray for them that they turn a new leaf, because at the end of the day, their soul is at risk, at stake. Okay? Love you guys. Bye.